If you have come because your liberation is bound up with mine, then let us work together. Lilia Watson. NUS's liberation structures are changing, and it's now more important than ever that the amazing students, SABs, and SU staff fighting for liberation on their campuses are supported and uplifted in their work. The NUS Volunteer Campaign Committee is here to ensure that marginalised students stay represented, and our first action is the introduction of a campaigners network for each liberation campaign, where students, SABs, and SUs can share with, learn from, and support one another in their work through our dedicated Facebook groups and by following our Twitter accounts.
All members of the Liberation Committee have experience with the fact that campaigning as an individual student is tireless and often isolating work. But all of you do incredible things that deserve to be uplifted and shared with other campaigners, because we are all far stronger as a collective force fighting for liberation.
The Liberation Campaigners Networks provide a space where you can share experience, ideas and support, as well as to ask questions and learn from other student campaigners about how to fight for liberation on your campus. They're an easy way to connect and collaborate with other student activists, and also to see the amazing work already being done across the 4 nations.
As SABs, you're often facing having to make change in a system that you're still learning the ropes for. Marginalised SABs fighting for their liberation groups often have their vital work overlooked and undervalued.
As part of the Campaigners Network, you can engage with other sabbaticals across the 4 nations working on similar campaigns. Just have a space where you know that your work is seen and valued. Share resources, ideas, best practice, learn from other SABs and student activists. Sabbaticals fighting for liberation on their campuses deserve support and opportunities to develop and grow the activism. And the Campaigners Network is where that will happen.
Starting new campaigns around liberation in your unions can be really daunting, especially if you're new to student union campaigns. Knowing where to start, what strategies work, and how to find the resources, support, and backing you need isn't always clear.
By joining our networks, you'll be connecting with experienced liberation campaigners from unions across the UK who can share advice and knowledge to help you get your campaigns going. We're keen to make sure that students feel supported in doing liberation work in their SUs, and building these networks so that we can share knowledge is a great way in which we can make that happen.
We strongly encourage any students and SABs interested in liberation work to get involved with our liberation campaign networks for them by joining our Facebook groups for Black, disabled, LGBT+, trans and women student campaigners. Also follow our Twitter accounts for info on our networks, find out the work that we're doing, and to showcase the amazing work by liberation activists like yourself.